Now we are moving towards the second topic which we need to discuss today, and then we will do a question which will cover pastel and Porter 5 forces both. Porter 5 forces, what does it says? It is also called competitive forces. Competitive forces or Porter 5 forces is the concept which deals with different forces which can reduce or affect our profitability. Porter looked at the structure of the industries, in which industry you are working and what is the structure of the industry. He was interested in assessing the industry attractiveness. Why will you invest in any specific industry? By which he meant how easy it would be to make average profits. As I told you that our focus are different competitive forces which can lead to reduction in profitability or which can affect our profitability for shareholders and to fund educate investments. He concluded that industry attractiveness depend on five factors or five forces. First one is bargaining power of buyer. Now, what is this bargaining power of buyer? If there are a number of buyers in a market for a particular product, it means bargaining power of the buyers is high, and buyers can influence you as a seller to reduce your selling prices. Powerful customers can force price cuts. As I told you that buyers can force you to reduce your prices, or buyer can force you to improve your quality. On the other hand, suppose you have 10 million sales revenue. Out of 10 million sales revenue, 3 million or 4 million is purchased by only one buyer. It means that particular buyer is having 30% or 40% of your sales. If you lose that particular buyer, it means you are going to lose your profitability, or maybe possible that you will be in loss. So quality improvements, price cuts, or maybe possible one of the buyer is having a high level of revenue in our total sales. So it can erode what? It can erode or reduce your profit margins, which is the ultimate aim or objective of a business to earn. Bargaining power is high when a combination of factor arises. As I told you that high proportion of the supplier's total business, I mentioned you like 30% or 40% of the revenue. Suppose buyer is already making a low profit, and where there will be high competition, it will compromise our profitability too. Then quality of the purchases as becoming unimportant, or timing of delivery is becoming irrelevant. Only factor is price war. People are or buyers are encouraging you to reduce the par. As we discussed in the pastel, that currently now people are facing economic crisis, so everyone wants good product or a comparatively better product at low price. Right now most of the people in the world are not looking for high quality luxury products or a branded products, because they do not have high disposable income. They have less disposable income, and they are looking for discounts, they are looking for promotions, and they want to save their money uh, currently. If alternative products are available in the market, it will also definitely increase the bargaining power of the customers. Any question? Okay. Next one is bargaining power of the suppliers. Suppose if there is one supplier in the country, it will increase the bargaining power of the supplier. Suppose You are having, or you don't have number of suppliers in the market. You have a number of suppliers globally, but in the local market, number of suppliers are not available. So it will increase their bargaining power too. If suppliers are in large quantity, then definitely it will weaken their power. Power of the supplier to charge higher prices will be influenced by what? When a supplier is either monopoly, or suppose there are a few large buyers and they are working in monopolistic competition, rather than giving any price benefit to the consumers, they become friends, cartel. They become a cartel, and now they are charging higher prices from the customers. None of them is involved in price war. So they again oligopoly. There are a few large sellers. Again, there are chances of signing a cartel between them. Degree of the switching cost, it is very important factor, switching cost. Suppose you are used to purchase a mobile of a specific company and you change your mobile usually after 12 months. If you want to switch the company, but you know that switching of company can cost you $500, $600, suppose $1,000, and this amount is a material amount for you. So you will not switch the company, and once again you will purchase the mobile of the same company. But on the other hand, you are used to purchase a burger from any specific seller, but there is a new seller in the market, there is a new food chain in the market, and they are ready to offer you similar burger at the same price. Previously, you were buying burger suppose for $10, and the new seller is also offering similar burger at $10. Most of us would like to buy the new burger, would like to try the new burger, because our switching cost is just $10. If we will not like this new burger, we will not purchase again. But $1,000, $800, $600 was the huge amount for us, so we were not ready for any kind of switching. So where there will be high switching cost of the customer, there will be high bargaining power of the supplier. Where there will be low switching cost of the customer, there will be low bargaining power of the supplier. I hope you understand now. And availability of the substitute, if there are number of substitute, as I told you that there are number of coffee shops, there are number of burger sellers, there are number of clothing shops, there are number of shoe sellers in the market. You can purchase if you want to switch from one place to another place just to change your taste. Presence of one or more dominant suppliers controlling the prices, as I told you, monopoly or monopolistic or oligopoly. The extent to which products offer have a uniqueness. This is very important. If you are selling a unique product, then you will be able to charge comparatively higher price than the competitor. It will improve your bargaining power. Switching cost, okay, once again I am going to explain. Switching cost means, suppose you are used to buy one product which costs you $10. If there is a new seller in the market, it will be easy for you to purchase from the new seller, because $10 is not a huge or material amount for you. On the other hand, you are used to purchase a mobile from a specific company which usually cost you $600 or $700 per year. You want to try the new mobile, or you want to try a new company, but it will cost you at least $600-700. And you know that if after 15 days or 1 month you says that I am not happy with this mobile, or I am not happy with my this decision, that why did I change the company, then resale value of your mobile will be quite low, and you have to bear a huge loss after a month if you will be dissatisfied with the new mobile. In this case, your switching cost will be high. So you will not prefer high switching cost. You will continue with your previous mobile company and you will purchase their new set at the same price. But where there will be low switching cost, you will prefer to purchase a new burger, you will prefer to try the new coffee because it is costing you quite a low amount. If you will be dissatisfied, you will not visit them again, right? Okay. Now, uniqueness. After uniqueness, we have competition or rivalry, where there are number of sellers for a similar product. Like most of the sellers are selling shoes, most of the sellers are selling clothes, most of the sellers are selling similar food items. They are, all the grocery stores are selling same similar company products. So it is called what? It is called high competition, perfect competition, or hyper competition. It depends on what? It depends on the following factors. Number one, number and relative strength of competitors. Competition in the market can range from perfect competition through to monopoly. What? Why through to monopoly? If there are number of competitors and all have the similar size, it is called perfect competition. But suppose there are number of competitors in the market, 100 competitors, one is having 30% market share, one is having 30%, 49 are having 50% market share, and rest of the 50 are having remaining 20% market share. So this one can behave like a monopolist in the economy. Why? Because of the high market share. Although there are 100 sellers in the market, but they are not of equal size. On the other hand, there are 100 sellers in the market. Each one of them is having, suppose, equal market share. So no one can dominate the market. Number two is rate of growth, where the market is expanding. Competition is low key. So market is rising, everyone is attracting the customer, everyone is working at its full capacity, everyone is earning its targeted revenue, everyone is earning its targeted profit. So there is no need of price war. Everyone has its own customers, its own niche market. So there is no disturbance in the market. Where high fixed costs are involved in the companies, will cut prices to marginal cost levels to protect volumes and drive weaker competitors of the market. Suppose it means fixed cost of a company is high. Now it is very much important for a company to sell a certain number of shares to recover their fixed cost or to recover their break-even point. To achieve this fixed cost level or to achieve this break-even point, company will reduce the selling prices. And if a company is a large company, then it is possible or easy for them to reduce the prices. Even then, a large company will remain in profitability. But it is not an easy decision for the small sellers. And in this case, it is possible that weaker competitors or small sellers will leave the market. So where there is a high fixed cost is not good for the small businesses because it can lead them to failure, or they will become unsuccessful and then they will leave the market. If buyers can switch easily between suppliers, the competition is keen. Why they will be moved swiftly from they will move from one place to another because of this switching cost. If switching cost is low, you will be ready to move from one seller to another seller. If the exit barrier, that is the cost incurred living in, is high, exit barrier is high, companies will hang on until the forced out. Then companies will wait for the situation. Then circumstances will force them to go out, or maybe possible they will become bankrupt, or they will be in the liquidation, or there could be any forced liquidation, thereby increasing competition and depressing profit. This whole situation will lead to what? This whole situation will lead to failure of an organization. If there are higher exit barriers, then organization will wait for the circumstances when there will be erosion of the profitability completely, or there will be very huge competition and company will be unable to face or survive. Next one is threat from new entrants. There is always a threat from the new entrants, that new entrants can enter in the market. New entrants can enter, and they will bring what? They will bring extra capacity. It will intensify the competition in the market. In fact, new entrants will reduce the bargaining power of the existing sellers in the market. So existing sellers always wants to create what? They always wants to create major sources of barriers, or they always want to create barriers to entry. In fact, they want to create barriers which will discourage the new entrants to enter in the market. First one is economies of scale. Economies of scale means lowest possible cost or reduction in the average production cost per unit. So if existing sellers or existing companies have achieved this economies of scale, or they are able to produce each unit at a lowest possible cost, it will help them to maintain their position in the market, and it will create barriers to the new entrants. Product differentiation, if existing sellers are selling any differentiated product, definitely they will be able to retain their position, and they will not be able to lose their market share if new entrants enters the market. Capital requirement means capital expenditure. If there will be huge need or high need of capital requirement or capital expenditure, definitely it will discourage the new entrants to enter in the market. High switching cost of the customers, if there will be high switching cost of the customers, it will also encourage the sorry, it will also discourage the new entrants to enter in the market. Access to distribution channels, if existing sellers or existing competitors are capable to open their number of distribution channels in the region, it will definitely reduce uh, new entrants, or it will discourage new entrants to enter in the market. So once again, I am going to review quickly that how to restrict new entrants, or how to control the threat of new entrants. If you reduce your average cost per unit, if a company is capable to offer differentiated product, if there will be high requirement of capital or capital expenditure, if switching cost of the company will be high, and as well as access to distribution channels must be high. Then cost advantages of the existing producers, definitely existing producers will be able to take the cost advantages, like they already have patents, they have special knowledge, they have favorable access to suppliers, and they are already having subsidies from the government. Know-how is an important variable. Existing competitors or existing sellers in the market have know-how and skills with respect to the new product or service. So it will not be easy for the new entrants to develop their skills immediately. It will be a time taking process, and it could be an threat for the new entrants. They will feel discouraged before entering in any new business. Regulations, if regulations of the government are high, if legal requirements of the government are high, then it will also limit the new entrants to enter in the market. So these are the barriers which existing producers or existing sellers can create for the new entrants, starting from economies of scale, heading towards product differentiation, then moving to the high capital requirement, then moving to the high switching cost, then asking for a number of distribution channels, then working with the cost advantages for the existing producers. And we know that existing sellers are already having high how now, and as well as high regulations of the government will also create barriers to the new entrants. And the last power and the last competitive force is threat from substitutes. Any question? Okay. Substitutes are what? Substitutes means they are selling slightly similar product, but not the competitive product. They are providing an alternative product which can fulfill our requirements. So this is called what? This is called substitute products. Substitute also limit what? It limits the potential returns. Definitely, if substitute is offering comparatively a better product or a good product at lower price, it will encourage the customers to purchase that product, and it will reduce our market share and profitability. So there is always a threat from the substitutes. So once again, remember this, these five forces. If a company is planning to invest in a new country, in a new industry, in a new product, before entering into a new country, government company should perform PESTEL. Government should company should evaluate political, economic, social, technological, ecological, and legal factors. And before entering into a new business or new industry, a company should consider bargaining power of customers, bargaining power of suppliers, existing competitive rivalry, threat from the new entrants, and threat from the substitutes. Right, everyone? Any question? Okay. Now we will have a break for